Hi, and welcome to December 23rd. Tomorrow's Christmas Eve. Are you ready? I'm not quite. I'm closer than I was. I got household chores done today. I'll tell you a bit about that in a minute. And I got cookies done. But what I didn't do is get gifts wrapped. I have a lot of stuff wrapped, but not everything. So it's probably going to at least an hour, maybe more, of gift wrapping that I still need to do. And I need to practice piano because I'm playing for the Christmas Eve service. So I've got most of it I already know, and it's stuff that we've been singing over the last couple of weeks anyway. But there's a few that I know it well enough, like if we were singing it just as part of the congregation, I'm fine, but to be able to play it is something else. So that's what I'm focusing on tomorrow, wrapping gifts and practicing the piano. Tonight, I am cooking the ham for our Christmas mush, and I've talked about this before, maybe even this year, but my family has a tradition for our Christmas breakfast of having cornmeal mush, which, if you're not familiar with it, sounds awful, but it's actually pretty tasty. If you know what polenta is, it's much closer to polenta than something like a cream of wheat or porridge or something like that. What we do is cook a fresh ham. In other words, not a smoked ham or a honey ham or anything like that, nothing like pre-cooked kind of deal, and not seasoned. So pork roast will work, that's what I bought, and it just gets boiled. Then once it's cooked, we take the ham out of the water, leaving just the broth, and add plain yellow cornmeal, just sift it in, stirring constantly until it's pretty much too thick to stir. At which time we pour it into a pan, like a 9x13 pan, let it cool, and then for Christmas morning, we slice it and pan fry it in corn oil. My family has had a tradition of Christmas mush going back to my grandmother's childhood. My parents were a little older when I was born, and my mother's parents were a little older when she was born. So my grandfather that I knew, he died when I was in college. So I grew up knowing my grandfather, and he was wonderful. He was born in 1896, which, looking back, I didn't fully appreciate the resource that I had, because I could have asked him tons of questions. And I just figured everybody had a grandfather born in 1896. But anyway, my grandmother was born she never wanted people to know exactly how old she was. And I think part of that was because she was 10 years younger than my grandfather. And I don't know if she thought that was a problem or not. Nobody else did. But she was born in, I think it was 1906, like 10 years later. And it was a tradition from her childhood. So this is well over 100 years old in my family. Anyway, the ham is cooking right now, and I said I'm hoping our guys can handle the mush tonight. My husband and my son-in-law and my son, although my son's probably getting home pretty late. I was really hoping to leave that to them tonight. My son-in-law took up the tradition when he and Anne got married. They were in Japan their first Christmas, and I think made something at least as close as they could get to mush in Japan. So they've taken it up as a tradition too. And they got a question from one of my daughter's friends who actually moved to Omaha while they were up there, and she still lives there. But she was asking, because she had had it the last few years with them in Nebraska, she said, how do you make mush? And she's a pretty good cook, so I think she can probably handle it. So that said, mush hopefully will be ready as of tonight, and then that's what we'll be cooking in cast iron frying pans on Christmas morning. Very excited. All right, I filmed very little today. Excuse me. It was chores, laundry, and baking. Baking, if it had been just me here, I probably would have set up the camera for some of it, but my daughter-in-law, and my son-in-law were all here helping. I wasn't sure if everybody wanted to be on camera. So I took some pictures of the cookies, but I had some good help with that. My husband and I both woke up just before 5 o'clock this morning, couldn't get back to sleep. And we talked for a while. It got sort of warm, so we thought, let's turn on the ceiling fan. But my husband, who was trying to turn it on, without actually turning on the light. And a lot of times we leave it like that. We don't use the overhead light all that much. But he was trying to climb up there and switch the light, so clicking both so that it didn't come on. Anyway, by 6 o'clock, we did get the fan going. But by right at 6, we were just like, yeah, we're just going to get up. And we normally get up about 6:30-ish. So anyway, we were both up at 6. And he didn't have to leave quite as early today. He had a little bit of a change in his schedule, so he didn't have to leave until 8. So he swept and mopped the floors, which, by the way, is going to be awesome whenever he eventually retires, because that's his favorite chore, and it is my least favorite chore. That's going to be pretty sweet. So that got me a head start on getting the chores done. I've got most of the laundry done, but with all of the other distractions, a couple of times I didn't get it pushed through at the right time. And then my daughter had something she needed to wash. My daughter-in-law needed to throw something in with mine, so it's been one of those days with the laundry. But pretty much everything's done. I think the last thing is jeans, and then what I have left are the mop pads and all that kind of stuff, and the reusable stuff that I need to wash. And I need to wash kitchen linens, but if necessary, that can wait for tomorrow. So, Missouri Star Quilt Company, day 23. So this is another one of the boxes that you could use for a little village. Isn't it cute? Penny's Quilt Shop. Let me show you this side again. Isn't it cute? So sweet. Quilted Home, Peace, Love, Joy, and Quilts. Santa's Sewing Shop, Quilty and Bright. It's Joy up here. We also opened the last puzzle, but we haven't had a chance to do it yet. Now let's see what's in here. Okay, this box is a puzzle. Okay, there we go. So that had to pull out. And this, I might know what it is. Yes. Love in Every Stitch. And a quilt block on the back. These are so cool. They've done these in each box so far. Microwave and dishwasher safe from Missouri Star Quilt. I like these. So I think this is the 3rd year I've done the box. So I think I have 3 of those now. I'm so fancy. All right, PK yarn. I feel so bad that I have neglected this project. So day 23. Ready? What's this one? Back in the Army. That's one of the songs that they did with Bing Crosby, Danny Kaye, Rosemary Clooney, and I'll put her name down here. I can't think of her name. Anyway, they do together, and it's I Wish I Were Back in the Army. Wish I was back in the Army. Look at that with kind of some Army colors in there and their uniforms. I'll try to remember to grab a picture and kind of show the inspiration for that colorway. It's been fun looking at the pictures. I should have done that every day. Well, y'all, I did no knitting today, but I'm hoping to get at least my socks up to date. And I don't know when I'll get them done, but maybe by New Year's. That generally is a pretty good goal, to get those socks done for New Year's, because I've got to finish the foot, and I'll put in the green contrast yarn for the toe. Well, y'all, I think that's about it for today. I'm so glad that you've spent some time with me. I really appreciate it. I'm a tiny channel, so every subscriber is a thrill. Every comment is appreciated. Every thumbs up. I just commented to this for somebody who said they were a new subscriber. I really appreciate all of it, and it's just fun hanging out with you and chatting in the comments. Believe me, we are a tiny community. I've got the cream of the crop here. I mean, I know there's some overlap with some other YouTube channels, but the cream of the crop is right here, and it's been really fun having you along for this month of December. My plan is to record tomorrow and on Christmas Day, so hopefully you'll see me at least a couple more days. And then what I typically do is sometime a week or so after Christmas, I will do kind of a wrap-up Vlogmas for, I don't know, maybe New Year's. And hopefully I will see you again pretty soon. Merry Christmas.